Hey Sana, welcome back to my channel. So, today's video is a short review of Into the Drowning Deep by Mira. Apparently it is the first in the Rolling in the Deep series, but as of yet we don't know how many books there are going to be. It's like a horror, thriller, sci-fi sort of book. In short, it is about discovering mermaids in the Mariana Trench. The long version is in 2015, a fairly big entertainment company called Imagine Entertainment, whatever, sent out a ship to the Mariana Trench, you know, with some scientists and, you know, some, like a reporter, kind of like a narrator, host kind of person, and, you know, they were going to do like a cryptozoological kind of video, you know, like finding the Yeti or, you know, that kind of thing. It has a bit of science, so it kind of makes it seem more legit. The problem was they didn't really expect to find mermaids when they sent this boat out. So a few days later, the Atargatis, as it is called, is found just floating, and everybody's gone. There's blood everywhere, no bodies. Some of this footage is released, and, you know, public opinion sort of varies between it's a giant hoax and, oh dear God, there are terrifying mermaid creatures out there who killed everybody. So it's 7 years later. One of our main characters, Victoria, was the little sister of like the pretty face with the microphone who died on the first voyage. She is now a marine biologist, and she has been chasing these, you know, like evidence of these mermaids in the Mariana Trench by using like a sonar, like microphones and stuff that have been dropped on the ocean floor. And she finally finds proof, or very strong evidence pointing towards the existence of mermaids. So it turns out that Imagine Entertainment has decided that, you know, they're going to send out another ship, a proper scientific expedition with a, you know, a properly like armed and you know, boat that, you know, with all the proper scientific equipment and proper scientists, like a ton of proper scientists, marine biologists and all sorts of things. You know, they're going to find out everything they can. So yeah, off they go. And part of the book is sort of, you know, getting there and meeting the characters, getting the backstories, looking at the science of, you know, what these creatures might be, you know, how do they live, what do they eat, how do they work, you know, reproductively, biologically, all those sort of things. So yeah, so off they go, and they find the mermaids, and it is, yeah, that's where you get the thriller part and the mystery and the horror and all of that. So what I loved about this book was pretty much everything. I really liked the characters. We had Victoria, her lab partner Lewis. They were great. Victoria is bisexual. The news sort of anchor, like news anchor kind of media personality person Olivia is autistic lesbian geek, essentially, and then there's her cameraman who was like badly injured, but Imagine Entertainment paid for his medical treatment. You've got Theodore Blackwell, who's like Imagine Entertainment's CEO's like right-hand man, so he's the like corporate guy. His wife, estranged wife, Gillian, who is like, she's been researching and studying mermaids, essentially. She calls herself a sirenologist, so she's like a marine biologist as well, and you know, she's on the trip, and she holds a lot of guilt because she didn't go on the first voyage. She's just the one that pointed the way. We've also got 3 sisters. 2 of them are Holly and Heather, and they are deaf twins. One is like an organic chemist or a biochemist or something, and the other one pilots deep sea submarine kind of vessels. And their other sister is both their like translator interpreter with sign language, and she's also like an audiologist or something. Like, she, not an audiologist, she deals with language and sound and things like that. So those are our main players. One, there's great diversity. It's brilliant. You've got disabled people, you've got like different sexualities represented. It's important, like, insofar as is part of the characters, but it's not like shoved in your face like, look at me, I'm a lesbian, woo! And that's like the only thing they focus on. They actually focus on, like, for example, Olivia, who is a lesbian. Her as a person, that's part of her, and that's an important part of her. So, you know, it's talked about. It's not like hidden or anything, but it's not the only part of her, which I think it can be a problem sometimes when people are trying to be politically correct and give representation to minorities and all of that. So that's great. I really love the characters. We got multiple points of view. It was like third person omniscient, so we could like jump between different people's internal thoughts. Sometimes that could be a bit difficult because like one sentence you're like in the head of one person, and then the next sentence you're with a different one, and there was like no break. So I found that a little difficult sometimes. It didn't happen all the time. Sometimes there were breaks. It's just sometimes there weren't, and they were, yeah, kind of off-putting, I guess. So I thought that it, like the plot, I thought that was done really well. It had a lot of suspense. I was on like edge of my seat, kind of going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's going to happen? Jesus Christ. No, don't do that, you're going to die. I wasn't like always correct, but I was just, it was actually terrifying, legitimately terrifying at times. And I was reading it in the middle of the night, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yep. So I thought that was actually executed really well. So yeah, I enjoyed all of the science in it. For the most part, it seemed, you know, like it was actually grounded in real, proper science. Obviously, part of it you have to kind of go, well, we're telling a fictional story about mermaids, but like the other background stuff seemed pretty solid, so it wasn't too fantastical, and there were no hugely like glaring problems. I don't know that much about marine biology, but it seemed to fit with the things that I do know, so I find that really interesting. So what's that? Plot, world building, well, it's set in our world, just in like 2022. Some of the technology and stuff that they apparently have in 2022 seemed a bit of a stretch given where we are at the moment. So yeah, but you know, suspension of disbelief, that's part, like if you're going to read fiction, you know, it has to be a certain amount of that. You have to go, okay, well, I'm just going to put away what I know to be true and just go with the story. So if you're willing to do that, I think this is a brilliant book. If you're interested in terrifying mermaids, this is a brilliant book. If you like horrors and thrillers, brilliant book. I didn't think I'd like it. I don't normally read horror or thrillers, especially not adult ones. But I was genuinely surprised. The story, I feel, wraps up nicely. There are enough sort of small kind of loose ends for a sequel to follow, but I, like, you know, if the author never wrote the next book, I'd still be very, very happy, and I, you know, wouldn't curse her name and send hate mail or anything if I never got a second book, because yeah, it was good. It was brilliant, actually. I really enjoyed it. I feel that if I can emotionally connect with a lot of the characters, or even one character, and there are no glaring inconsistencies, and I get sucked into the story, and I just want to keep reading instead of sleeping, and I really like to sleep, then it is a very good book. So, all in all, to wrap it up, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. May have said that before, but I'll just reiterate. It's brilliant. If you're not sure whether to give it a go, and you like other books that I like, definitely give it a go. Yeah, if anybody has any sort of suggestions for similar books, because I'm kind of like, I'm into this, you know, leave them below. If you've read it and loved it, let me know so we can go, oh my god, it's amazing together. If you didn't love it, let me know why, because, you know, maybe there's part of it that I didn't see, or I was just so enamoured with the rest of it that I failed to think about certain parts of it. Whatever. Anyway, let's chat below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe to my channel. If you want notifications for future videos, hit the little bell thingy. That's it from me. Sorry, it's a bit of a ramble. I have problems when I really, really like a book. I'm just like, oh my god, just rave, gush. It's so good. And then I forget words. I don't think there are enough words in the English language to convey good things, good feelings. There's heaps of words for like negative emotions. Like I can think of, if I really don't like a book, I can think of some really choice words to describe it. But if I really like something, it's a lot harder. Maybe it's just that I'm in the headspace where I just can't think rationally or logically about it. Who knows? Might just be that emotional connection, and I'm like, emotions, you feel them, you don't need words for emotions. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, so thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. I'm going to keep doing this. This is really bizarre. And I haven't even said bye yet. I'm just talking and like shaking my head randomly. My cat's on the floor looking at me like I'm a freak. Yeah, that's nothing unusual though. No, not for me. Sorry. Actually gonna go now. So, it's like it's got a mind of its own. I don't know what it's doing. Anyway, I hope to see you again. Bye. At the right time this time. Okay, bye. Properly, this time. All somber like.